Have you ever wanted to get paid to do literally nothing? I'm actually not exaggerating at all when I say that. In fact, it says it on the box here from Ashlar. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It says Ashlar, it's nothing. And when you look into it, it does nothing. So you get over $5 a day. I actually got my first payout of $9 and I quite literally did nothing. In fact, this uses 0 watts. Maybe it's not actually 0 watts. Maybe my meter box just can't detect it. It's probably something like 0.1, 0.2 watts or something like that. I'm really not sure what it does at all. In fact, I've actually asked the developers. And so I found out that it's called a pure Depin, and I'll tell you what that means in a moment. This is the Ashlar mines. Again, I don't know if that's the company or if that's just the name of the miner, but it mines ENT. And so Ashlar Entropy. And this is at $139. You can get these from Helium Deploy. And if you use code DJMines10, you will also save even more money. Now, keep in mind though, guys, you have to have a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and mine has both, and that seemed to work okay. But if you don't have 2.4 gigahertz, it will not work for you. So it took me about an hour to figure out what in the world does this do. I mean, it has to have some purpose. And I've pretty much figured out it's a meme coin. It's a Depin meme coin, and it actually does nothing. And so like if this was like $500, I'd be like, you're crazy asking something like this. Even $300 is kind of ridiculous, but just shy of over $100, making at least $5 a day. I'm like, hey man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a meme coin. The community is actually pretty strong. And you guys know me, I've never been like the biggest fan of meme coins. I prefer Depins that actually do something and have a use case. However, there is space for, you know, again, for like 120, 130 bucks after discount code. I mean, I think that's an okay gamble, I guess you would call it, because it doesn't actually do anything. And so I asked the developers, come on, man, this gotta do something. And he says, and I quote, how it works. You connect it to the internet, it generates useless randomness, we pay you for it, simple. And I was like, wow, that was a no BS answer. Like, you get paid to do quite literally nothing. But that wasn't a good enough answer for DJ Mines. I had to look further, and this is what I found. This is a pure Depin, and pure Depin embraces the supply-driven mantra and focuses purely on expanding Depin supply, whether it be mining for the sake of mining or promoting the interests of Depin enthusiasts. Pure Depin is there to satisfy the demand of supply side before all else. And so what that told me was basically nothing. Once again, I don't know what pure Depin was, even after looking at the definition of pure Depin. So then I went over to Helium Deploy because they actually have some good information, which you can check out as well, link in the description below. Mechanics. The Ashlar generates entropy and mines the entropy network token, or ENT, which I have heard of, though I've never actually done anything with it. On Solana, according to the second law of thermodynamics, that's always something cool to throw into your website, I suppose, entropy must be conserved, so make sure to hold your mined ENT on your wallet, as dumping is monitored by the network and results in decreased rewards. Ooh, decreased rewards. Now, if you're a crypto miner, you're not trying to hear that, but I'll continue. Up and including to the loss of mining privileges, so you can quite literally get kicked off the network if you over aggressively sell this. And that's quite frustrating, right? So it's like, okay, you have this device, it's a little over 100 bucks. You do earn over $5 a day. And so like, if you're that kind of person that wants to take those daily profits, it doesn't sound like you're gonna be able to do that. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'd really love to find more information on that. So let's just pretend I made 100 bucks. Okay, if I waited that long, can I take out 20 bucks? I don't know. What gets you kicked off? Like, is there a warning? It says you get decreased rewards for selling. So like, at what point can you sell? It's really difficult to say because they have more information about their community. The Entropy community is 100% organically grown, no paid shills, no shortcuts, with over 3,000 followers on X and 4,000 members on Discord. It's a crowd that showed up early and stayed loud. In April, 400 plus individuals participated in a 2,000 Sol NFT pre-sale, with half of it immediately used to seed the Entropy Sol liquidity pool. So it sounds like the community wants this, right? There's a good amount of people that are interested in this and they don't want to sell. They want to HODL, but like at some point, everybody got to sell, right? I mean, you could have the meme coin just to have it. And I do appreciate, again, the pricing of it. So it's like, yeah, you know what, you might get dumped on, or you might not be able to sell as often as you want, but at some point, it's pretty easy to recoup your $100 and something, I would assume, but I don't really know, right? Like there's almost no information on this. And so I found something else on Helium Deploy. That's actually where I found most of my information. This is how Entropy becomes earnable. Ashlar mines ENT by generating useless, unverifiable entropy. So that's kind of an interesting word there, unverifiable. So like, who's verifying this stuff, man? Is this a node? I have no idea. 64-bit messages sent hourly to a server that ignores them. So, I mean, come on, dude. Like, this actually makes me want to buy another one. Like, just for the memes, just for the funniness. Like, I don't know if this is the devs saying this or what, but it's like, it's actually funny. Okay? A lot of projects, they do nothing and they try to hide it. They try to mask it. They try to butter up. And this one's like, nah, man, we do nothing, but we're going to pay you to do nothing. So it's kind of funny, actually. Sell too fast and you lose mining rights. To boost rewards and claim tokens, you'll need a special NFT. And so mine, I would assume, is the NFT. I would assume this is what they're selling, is essentially you're buying the NFT, and that's pretty much it, right? No VCs, no founder allocation, just pure entropy, and over 70% of ENT still left to mine. So that's something to consider. I mean, you're very, very early into this. Now, I did have a viewer of mine who said he was into entropy a while ago. I don't know all the details of it before like this NFT thing happened. And yeah, I don't really fully understand, and nobody truly does, because it's a meme coin. It does nothing. Something else to keep in mind is that you should not run more than 5 of these at the household, or any household. So you can buy up to 5 of them, according to Helium Deploy anyways. And it says simply that so they, I don't want to say decentralized, but that way they can share the love, right? So other people can get involved in it. And I don't know if it's going to work with 6 or more. I don't know if you just get capped off at that, but it does ask you to do that. And the crazy thing is they're all sold out, right? So like these are hot. You might be thinking like, wow, this sounds like a scam, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a scam. I have no idea, right? You might be thinking that, but a lot of people are buying them. And as soon as they come back in stock, which is why I'm assuming I'm reviewing this, that they will come in stock, they're probably going to sell like instantly as well. So, you know, something that generates that amount of money, an L7 generates that amount of money. But you know how many watts that uses? Over 3,000 watts to earn just $5 a day. When this little itty bitty, look at this thing, man, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. I don't even know if it's on, to be honest with you. I really don't, because I'm not detecting any wattage. So either this is actually off and it just sends a signal like once a day and that gets you paid. I have no idea how this thing is actually working. Here's the light right there, right? Like you could just see, like, I don't know. The light just then goes off after a couple seconds and I have no idea what it's really doing, but I think it's really funny. I think it's interesting. So would I go out and buy one of these? Personally, I think it's cool. Like if you don't mind just throwing away $100 at a gamble or whatever it is, right? After the code and everything, I think it's worth the shot. Why not, man? You never know. Should be fairly easy, I would assume, to get your money back. And it is on Phantom Wallet, which I think is really interesting as well. You're gonna need just a tad of Solana to actually get it in there. It's gonna ask you for your Solana address. Now, one thing to keep in mind, guys, it was quite frustrating for me because, you know, I got this so early that the app itself doesn't work on the Google Store because they're waiting to get authorization from Google. So I don't know if by the time you get it, if you're gonna have to do what I did, and I had to talk to the developers, which was pretty easy to do. I just sent them an email. They don't really know who I am or anything, but I just sent them an email and they'll give you a direct link to the app, and you pretty much just put in your Solana address. I created a brand new Phantom Wallet just to be safe. You know, a little junker. If they scam me out of that money, it is what it is. It's fine. But I used a brand new wallet, and then I just put in my Solana, and then once a day I come over and hit claim, and yeah, I got paid $9. And I was like, wow, was that it? Is that all I had to do was hit claim? So I don't know if it stacks. I don't know all the details, but yeah, I'm gonna hold it for a while, I guess. So if you're interested in Entropy, if you know more about Entropy, feel free to educate me. Or maybe there's really nothing to learn. Maybe that's kind of the fun of it, right? Like, I mean, I get it. People buy Fartcoin, people buy Moondang, right? And then there's other people who don't buy that kind of stuff. But for the price, I think it's worth a gamble, for me at least. And yeah, we'll find out what happens with this. Definitely give me your predictions. Is this thing ever gonna pay itself off? Are people gonna lose all their money? Or do you think they're gonna get filthy rich? I would love to hear from all of you. If you made it to the end of this video, please do put in hashtag DJ Minds, and then I'll read your comment. Let me know if you're interested in this one, man. It's cool. It's cool. I think it's funny, but I wouldn't buy like other projects like this. But for this project, I think it's pretty cool. So check it out, Heal and Deploy. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this video, and I appreciate you guys. Later, everybody.